Peace and love, family. All glory to the Creator. And Hailito to my Shatas. I'm just coming on just to give some words of wisdom um, towards Mother Nature and how we should learn how to start respecting Mother Nature. And when I speak, y'all, I'm not trying to come off in a judgmental way at all. I'm just trying to keep it real. Because one thing I can't promote is phonyism and fakeness. I can't do that. It wouldn't sit right within myself to even do that. Um, I see a lot of people, especially on Facebook, they share brand new cars, clothes. They, brag about different things, and it's just nothing wrong with having nice things. I think we all want nice things, but I see so many people have become lost. And I've seen as time has been going on, it's getting worser and worser and worser. So we are gonna have to get back in tune with Mother Nature. I hear a lot of people say things like, "Yeah, Mother Nature doesn't know what she wants to do. Does she want it to be hot or cold, raining or snowing?" Well, I don't think it's Mother Nature that's off balance. I think it has something to do with something that they're doing to try to control the weather. Um, because when I don't really watch the news at all. I don't watch TV for real, anyways. But when I was thinking about one day, is it gonna rain or something? I said, you know what? I probably need to watch the news. But then the spirit said, nope. You pay attention to what Mother Nature tells you, and I did that. And I looked outside, and hey, if it was about to rain or something, the spirit told me just to get a jacket. Just operate that way. And Mother Nature, I look at it like this, y'all. It's like our stomach. When we eat something bad, you know how your stomach begins to erupt, or it begins to like you feel like you gotta use the bathroom real bad, or you feel like it's your stomach is hurting really bad. Well, I think Mother Nature operates the same way. If you got the bad chemicals and all of this stuff going in the air, um, and you upset her insides, because we're inside of the earth anyway, so we're in the insides. If you upset the insides, eruptions happen. And I think that's what's causing Mother Nature to become off balance, because I don't believe that Mother Nature is intentionally trying to be off balance, because she was here before we all were even created. Um, it's a lot of things that's preventing us from becoming knowledgeable of what we need to do and who we are. Like the trees, how in different areas you see that they're knocking down trees. And I want to touch back on the Christianity video. And y'all, like I said in the beginning, I'm not trying to judge anybody, but I understand that mindset of the Christian, because a lot of us was taught that. Um, we have to make a stand for our trees, um, and get back on the same accord as the Creator. Am I making sense? Um, I know the Creator created um, the land, the animals, us, trees, and all of that to work and live together. We may not work together all the time, but we benefit from one another. And I see so in church, um, they invest a lot of time in going over the Bible and stuff like that. But are they letting it be known that there were books taken out of the Bible? Are they letting it be known that that charity starts at home? It does start at home, y'all. And I'm not trying to be a Bible thumper, but I'm just trying to uh, pivot off of what the Spirit shows me. Charity does start at home, with your family, and allowing the Creator's how can I say it, the creator's spirit or the creator's love to grow within your own household. Now, when we fellowship and gather together, like, in powwows or stuff like that, and in church sometimes, is to learn from one another. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, testimony is for all of us to learn from one another. But what really gets me is how they're not, like, pastors are not trying to talk about what we can do to make it through these hard times. Don't get me wrong. We can read and go through the word. We can, what I mean, share different testimonies of what the creator has put before us or what challenges that we are up against. But it's like, it's like, I feel like it's a lot of stuff being unsaid or covered up. And it's time for it to be revealed. It was been time for this to happen. But we can't call ourselves children of the Most High or children of the Creator if we're not trying to promote and battle for the truth. I understand we all are on different levels of understanding. You got people that are not awake. You got some people that are awake. You got some people that are transitioning, from unawakeness to awakeness. It's many different things, y'all. We can learn from one another on many different levels. And another thing that actually had been bothering me is how much that people allow things to go on. You know what I mean? Um, I know in some cases you have to operate a certain way. I understand that. But we are so greatly divided to where it is really sad. And we have got to find a way to really come back together. Like, a lot of people of color have said, oh, so-called black people, oh, black people are not going to get together, this, that. And I'm using the term black because that's what they call themselves and that's what they said, you know what I mean? But they're not actually black. They just call themselves black. Oh, no, they're not going to come together, this, that. Stop putting that negative energy in the atmosphere like that. Let it be positive, because I have high hopes for our people that we can all come together and really battle this thing. And I want to also say that I understand in history, y'all, that people of color have went through a lot. That's well and good and understandable that they acknowledge that. But I think it's time for us to just stop trying to make it out as if it's the Caucasian man, or shall I say the white man, or the white European that is is the only one causing this destruction amongst us. What's going on is what we're actually allowing. It's a choice. What we're allowing. We just have to wake up out of this misery. It's just like being enslaved. Will you choose to be enslaved by obeying that master? Or are you going to form groups and come up with a plan of how you can conquer and take back what belongs to you? Am I making sense, y'all? Um, Another thing I want to touch bases on is comparing things to Mother Nature, like our hair. Our hair, y'all. Okay, you should embrace your natural hair. Mother Nature should teach you that. Mother Nature taught me that. You embrace your hair. Um, it's many ways to do your natural hairstyles like mine. My hair is banded. I just have it, as y'all can see, it's just banded in two plaits or whatever. Um, Keeping it at its natural state. I know a lot of us have different textures from wavy to curly. And my natural hair, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's curly, but it's wavy. It's more weight on the wavy side. Um, I don't think it's good for us to put those chemicals in our hair because it's stripping us our hair of our natural oils, and it's taking our hair out of its natural state, if that makes sense. Um, and I actually have, as far as an oil, I have bear grease, bear lard, bear grease in my hair, um, because it's from the animal. Uh, when I said before that trees, animals, and humans, we benefit from each other. Well, yes, that it benefit the bear and the animal benefited to me for my hair. Um, and I also put the bear grease on my skin because it's good for your skin as well. And I think it's good for arthritis if you have arthritis. I don't have arthritis. Um, Also, family, what we eat also is plays a big factor in how we do things. When we eat junk food, and I'm a witness of this too. I have acid reflux. It makes my acid reflux act up. But when I begin to become awakened and grow more spiritually, the spirit will tell me that happened because you're not supposed to be eating that type of food. Too much sugar and too much greasy food. I think some greasy foods we can eat, like potatoes, because potatoes actually grows out of plants or whatever. But I mean stuff like donuts and cakes. Those are um, things that are high in sugar, the bad sugar. Now the good sugar is stuff like this in fruits and sugar cane. That's natural sugars that I think that we can eat on, which Mother Nature does approve of because it grows. Um, I'm trying to think, y'all. I'm just trying to really think because all these months I've been really putting stuff together and trying to keep things in my memory bank. I've been working so much. Um, you know, it's just that we just need to just wake up out of this delusion of all of this. Even the church needs to stop playing and start getting on its job. Getting on its job. And when I say the church get on its job, I'm speaking about the so-called saved people. And let me speak on that, family. Um, a lot of people say they're saved and Holy Ghost filled. But if you're saying you're saved, you're saying you're awakened. And I think that if you are awakened, you're going to pull from a lot of different things that's causing you to become closed minded. Um, like, and I just want to go back to the Christianity thing once again because I can speak on that. What is Christianity doing to stop these people from knocking down our forests? What are they doing? What is Christianity doing as far as stopping our people from becoming oppressed? What is Christianity doing to stop this wicked system from causing destruction and division amongst our people? Answer that. See, Christianity and the Creator are two different things. Christianity was a made up religious belief, but the Creator was here from the beginning. The Creator is the energy, the power, the Almighty, the Most High that created us all and that lives. So it's a lot of things. I even think that there are pastors that have caused division amongst the people, but I can't even blame them all the way because if you read the word, it does say, not worship with truth in the spirit, not that verse. In the word, it does say, study thy own self to be approved. Well, Mother Nature teaches me that same thing. In order for you to understand the Creator's glory and understand it, you have to go out there and study it for yourself. Learn the plants, learn the animals. Let me share this with y'all. Like my dogs that I've had through the years. I call my dogs working dogs because when I cut the grass or rake the yard, they're like by my side. And when I lived at my grandma's house, her house was like a shotgun house. It's a house that stood on bricks. And my grandmama would say, Brian, do you know that every time you finna come out the house, I can tell when you're coming. You don't have to call me on the phone. You don't even have to scream out the window. I can tell when you're coming. I said, how? She says, because that dog walks alongside of that house when you're walking. She said that dog knows your walk. Ain't that something, y'all? To look at the animal, how the animal is operating. It is like, see, people think animals are crazy. Animals are not crazy. They're not. You know, look at the animals that are of the forest. Raccoons, fox, snakes, all these different animals, birds, they're knocking down the trees. They're causing destruction. Because a lot of Christian people, a lot of them think they know everything. And I'm not putting it on all of them now, but a lot of them that I've come up against, they think they know everything. And let me put this out there. I witnessed a pastor, and once again, family, I'm not trying to be no Bible thumper. I'm not trying to be a person to know it all. I'm just coming at things in a way where I've studied things and I've just been learning things. I've watched how some pastors have judged a lot of people that were on drugs and drunks and stuff like that. I've never done drugs. I've never drank. I don't do stuff like that. Well, because, I tend my own business. But they have talked about them and said, yeah, they need to come out of sin or they'll go to hell and this, that. You can believe what you want to believe. But, pastor, you're in the pulpit and you're bald headed. And you're about big as a cow. That's gluttony. You abuse your body when you sit there and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and have no limit to it. You abused your body again when you cut all your hair off. Now, don't get me wrong. Hey, that's your business if you want to do that. Power to you. That's your business. But it's always good to invest your time in trying to give correction, but also acknowledging your wrong in what you're doing. You know what I mean? To balance things out. Because just like on the job, everybody has issues on the job. I don't engage in mess at all. I don't uphold it. I don't encourage it. And I don't uplift drama. But at the job, when there are splats between people, I'm neutral. I tell them what they need to know. I give them the best advice and encouragement, and I let them know I'll be praying for them. I try to throw positive energy their way, not negative energy. I don't feed into the enemy's craft. So we're going to have to learn how to come out of this destructional enslaved mindset. We gotta have to come out of that. There's a lot of things I put down. Like I said in that other video, I don't watch TV, and some people think I'm crazy. Yeah, I play my Xbox from time to time. I may get on YouTube just to do a little studying. You know what I mean? Okay, and when I get on Facebook, I look at knowledge that my tribal members share. I look at what I can learn. So if it's for the better, hey, I can give someone else that source of encouragement. But if I study it and it's dramatic and drama, I know to pull out of it, you know. And and I want to share something else with y'all. It was a red, I guess they call it a crab spider. Those spiders that be on the side of the house at night. He built a web and everything. He's been there for weeks, and I don't bother him. And I go in the living room and I see headlights at the window, and it's my mom. And I hear something brushing against the house, like water, like somebody was spraying the water hose. So I peep out the window, and my mom is spraying the water hose, right? And I asked her, what is she doing? And she said that there was a big spider up there. I said, don't bother that spider. That spider's not bothering you. That spider is not going to do anything to you. She said that spider can bite somebody if they run through there. I said, no, because the spider is at like the top corner of the house. He's not going to do nothing to you because the spirit told me to leave it alone. I kid you not, family. The spider was knocked down. I didn't see the spider. I saw little pieces of the web, but the spider wasn't there. So I left in the car and I went to get me something to eat, or either I went to the store. I think I went to the store. And I came back. The spider started back making this web. I said, thank you, thank you, thank you, Creator. And you see how I told you that the spirit told me not to bother that spider. And I told her that the spirit told me not to bother that spider. And look how the Creator brought that spider back up where it was supposed to be. They serve a purpose. Look at the purpose that they served. You know? So we have to start looking at things. And like the educational system, why aren't they investing time in teaching children how to grow crops? Like Christianity again. They say, oh, send the kids to school. You better have good grades. But look what they're learning. Is what they're learning benefiting them and their culture? See, this system has stripped us of our culture, and it's a dehumanizing system if you pay attention to it. So, so-called people that call themselves saved, you really need to check into that for yourself. Are you actually awakened? Are you awake to what's going on? So that's something to look into, family. The school system. I think I talked about the school system in another video um, of the destruction that it's causing to our people as well. So, family, we just have to start studying Mother Nature and standing on what we know is right. Because I'm getting my ducks in a row. Getting all my ducks in a row. To prepare. So when I start family, I'll have what I need to, culturally, because I learned from my tribal members. Um, I can see myself as being chief one day. It takes work to do that. And another thing, if you're a person wearing that headdress, you better have put in that work to get that. That's not something that you just put on for a fashion show or for a photo shoot unless you put the work in. That's when you have earned that. And another thing I want to talk about as well is what was it? It was in my head. It's so much I have to talk to y'all about. Oh, another thing, family. As y'all can see, you never in any video see me say like, share, or subscribe. I am not doing this for views. I am not doing this for a show, a fashion show. I'm just putting the knowledge out there to encourage those our people to research, study, pray, fast, and let the Spirit lead you, because only you know what the Spirit teaches you. You can't just try to take information what other people say and just say, oh, this, that is the truth. You need to know it's the truth. You need to know that for yourself. You not because someone else told you, but you need to know it for yourself. And it goes back to studying thyself to be approved, which Mother Nature approves of that. Mother Nature approves of that. And yeah, so and another thing we have to work on is promoting our culture at our job. Don't get me wrong. What I like about where I work at, I'm able to promote my culture. When I say promote my culture, I'm able to talk about my culture. I'm able to share wisdom and knowledge, and some understanding. And people listen, and I listen to them. You know, uh, they don't judge my hairstyles. Because in a lot of different job settings, they expect for you to cut all your hair off. And I think that cutting your hair off, family, is not good. I mean, hey, that's your business if you do. Not judging you. You want to do that? That's your business. But I think it's bad because that's a part of who you are. You know, just like you was born with the texture of hair you were born with, you were born with the nose you had, the eyes you had. Why change that? Why change that? Just like me, I don't ever plan on cutting my hair ever again. Last time I've ever had a haircut was back in 2015, but I want to share that testimony with you all as well. All my life, from a little boy on to an adult, I've never, you can ask my mom, she'll tell you, my brother will tell you, my sister will tell you, my family, everybody in my family will tell you, I never liked to get a haircut. It was always something. I've always loved my hair. I always had a connection to it. And it's like I knew it was something that was a part of me. And I knew this from ever since I was like 5 and 6 years old. And every time my mom would take us to the barbershop, I would be mad with her. It would be every time. So looking back as an adult, looking back at my childhood, I growed into being awakened very early. I still had a lot of growing to do, but hey, just looking back, I can really say that it was different parts of my life where I was awakened on different things. So that's that, family. Peace and love, glory to the Creator, and so hey, if there's anything you want to educate me on, just put it in the comment section. And hey, like I say, we can learn from one another. We can learn from one another. I'm not knocking anybody, but I ask you all to please do not come to my channel with the negativity. Do not come here with that. Let it be positive energy. All the way, positive vibrations. The negativity, let's get out of that because I want to say this here, and I don't want nobody to get offended by it. But I have people commenting saying, yeah, you're Hebrew, you're this, you're that. But just know, white folks getting their stuff together. They getting their stuff together. They ain't no figuring out who they are. They getting their stuff together. You got black folks saying you from this, you from here, you from there. Don't tell me where I'm from. I know where I'm from. I know exactly where I'm from. Find out where you from and stand on it. Now, people of color, it's time for us to come together and stop all of that. Oh, you're Israelite, you're Hebrew, you're this, you're that. We need to let that go to the side, that title go to the side and come together as a people. Because we do have some of the enemies, people that sits amongst us. But we got to start somewhere, family. I'm not knocking you who you are. You may be Hebrew, you may be Israelite, you may be this, you may be that. Hey, I'm not judging you. Be who you are. But I'm just saying we have got to we've got to start getting our stuff together. So I love you all. Just, hey, educate me on something that y'all think I need to know. So peace and love.